dirt roads to rock crawling, two-buck chuck to screaming eagle, moonshine to 50-year-old single malt. We talk about it all here on Wheelin' Wine and Whiskey with your hosts, Jason and Chris.
Welcome to the Wheelin' Wine and Whiskey Podcast, episode 284. Chris is trying to keep it alive. How you doing?
Dude, great.
Great.
I'm good. Jesus.
Okay. Well, it's good to hear you laugh.
I need a little laughter in my life right
We
now.
all need laughter in our lives. Holy smokes. If you can't laugh at the last episode 283, if you haven't done yourself a favor, then you gotta laugh.
Right?
You know, that was a show right there. How you doing, Chris?
I'm doing
You're
really
good. You're
really
in a good
good.
jovial mood tonight. That's good.
Yeah. We've had some exciting stuff happening in the household, and everything's great. My wife had some significant surgery earlier in the week, and but everything went very well. She's at home recovering. She's in pain,
Heavily medicated.
It was obviously weighing. We've known about the situation for a few months now, and it's been weighing on all of us. And surgery day was everybody was anxious, but
there's the what ifs, right?
Exactly, the what ifs.
Thinking the worst, hoping for the best.
But everything went great. The surgeon called me and said that everything was good, and she was in recovery that Monday afternoon. And it was like a big weight had been lifted off my shoulders, and I was super happy. I let my children know, and they were all excited that mom was okay. So yeah, my wife is home recovering.
No C word.
None
Right?
detected. Pathology was great.
Yeah, good.
There was some scariness there for a bit that was affecting us. So.
Like everything causes cancer, and you're like, okay, here we go. And then, that's great. That's great news, man.
So I'm laughing. I'm laughing because I feel like a big weight's been lifted off my shoulders,
sure.
and I'm drinking wild turkey right now. So what the hell's wrong? Nothing's wrong.
That
Everything's
will make
good.
you laugh. Wild turkey will make you laugh. What are you doing with wild turkey? Where did the rest of your Lorenzo come over and drink the rest of your bottle, or what?
Yeah, no, I'm this is the bottom of my barrel.
Got some good bottle. You got Weller. You got all kinds of shit over there.
I've got a pretty good collection, but this bottle's got a layer of dust in it. It was gifted to me significant number of years ago. I'm going to go with like 5 or 6 years ago.
You and gifted you this or what?
It's actually a well reviewed bottle. It's a Kentucky Wild Turkey Kentucky Spirit single barrel.
Single barrel. Okay.
Oh, so single barrel.
It's not the bottom shelf hooch.
No. This is legit. And it's a really good looking bottle too. It's got character, patterns and shit.
Yeah, it almost looks like Courvoisier.
Almost. We're going to talk about that remember that my Total Wine and More visit with the Hennessy and the Courvoisier. Anyway, this is from it's all labeled bourbon whiskey, was bottled on 7/1/2014. This is a significantly old bottle. This is 10 years old. From barrel number blah blah 195, stored in warehouse B or 8. It's an 8 or a B, I can't tell.
Probably B. They usually use letters. Rick House.
Rick number 1.
Yeah.
Selected for the bourbon connoisseur. Holy shit, that's a big word.
Wow. Do you want to buy a bottle?
50.5% alcohol volume, so 101 proof.
110.
101.
55.
Anyway, it's got good flavor. Yeah, 50.
My math not working out.
50.5%.
Oh, it's 50.5. I thought you said 55. Okay.
No, yeah, 50.5. 101 proof. 101 and it's got good flavor profile. It's got a little char.
Got a little burn on the end.
Well, it's the Wild Turkey gift. Everything is
Wild Turkey hit.
The Wild Turkey, it's like their signature, man. They always have a little bit of a burn on the tail, You
remember that Wild Turkey that somebody got us and we tried? It was a nice bottle, higher end Wild Turkey. But boy, yeah, it it kept giving after you swallowed. Like 10 minutes later, it was like, woo, still there.
The gift that keeps on giving. So
okay, well that's cool. So I wonder, you said Rick House in level 1, so I gotta assume that's at the bottom. I don't. They got to number it from the bottom.
Rick number 1. Yeah. So maybe the bottom. I don't know. But anyway, I actually like it. I mean, I'm not gonna drink it every day, but I'm not. I don't hate it.
Okay.
I mean, it's not bad. I've had some pretty rough wild turkey in my days, but this is not. This is something that's not, I'm not going to run away from.
Okay, all right, good. That's good. I'm drinking good old Smoke Wagon small batch straight.
Smoke Wagon,
yeah, man. It's one of those, we've talked about it here before. It's just one of those go-tos that you're not going to be disappointed with any Smoke Wagon, any Michter's, any Frey, any Old Elk.
No,
I ran in, got the computer going here, and I'm like, okay, what am I drinking tonight? I go, Smoke Wagon. Can't go wrong.
No, and considering what the main topic of this episode is, you're kind of commemorating Las Vegas, which is where Smoke Wagon's based.
Well, yeah, and I've been in contact with Aaron Shipenick. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I think so. Owner of Smoke Wagon. He's a blender. He's not a distiller. He blends. He buys barrels and blends them. That's his gift.
Wow.
And he's a great guy. He's a huge gearhead car guy.
All right.
And we've interacted a lot on Instagram, the IG. And I asked him, I go, hey, I'm going to be in Vegas for the SEMA show. And he's like, oh, cool. And, do you have any time? Can you carve out an hour? I just need an hour of your time for a podcast. And unfortunately, it didn't work out. When he was available, I wasn't, and vice versa. So, but I got to get him on. He wants to be on. He's been on other podcasts and stuff. And, although he's not an off-roader guy, but he's a gearhead, and
sure,
he appreciates, what we do here. And our love, and I go, man, Smoke Wagon is one of my go-tos, So, and he is in the process of building a tasting room and everything in Las Vegas. It's supposed to open up in July of next year, but I really want to get in there before that. So, anyways, Smoke Wagon, good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I don't have any Smoke Wagon in my collection right now, and I'm kicking myself for it because
you didn't buy that one at Costco.
No, I didn't go back.
Jeez.
I didn't go back, and I that's one of my bigger regrets, because it was. I'm looking it up right now. So that was the Smoke Wagon Halloween bourbon, and I didn't know if it was
in the dark.
Right, it's only $30, and I'm like, God, I didn't know if it was be like a pumpkin spice flavor or something weird like that.
No. It is their entry-level bourbon whiskey, and it is good. For $30, you can't shake a stick at it. Super good. And then, you step up to these, small batch, straight, and the uncut, unfiltered, they got they relabeled that one, the uncut, unfiltered. I can't remember what it is, but it used to be the younger, and now I think it's just uncut, unfiltered now. And then there's single malts, rye. Oh my God. I mean, it's just good stuff. I still have their rye up there, and their single malt rye. And, I always have Smoke Wagon on my shelf. Always.
And Wheeling Wine and Whiskey owns that exclusive bottle too. So
and then we got a couple. We got that one. I'm looking at it right now. It's got a gold medal on it. Up next to some ridiculous bottles. I'm glad that's out of reach. Lorenzo can't get up there. There is a little stag. The stag has been opened, but everything else on that shelf is unopened. That's just like viewing only. Yeah, but the stag is open, and that's might have to have some of that tonight. Anyways, we digress.
Bourbon talk. I know our bourbon episodes are very popular with the listeners, but
It is, and I'm glad we got wine in on the last episode, even though I deteriorated quickly. There was a lot of
just a bit.
Well, it was a weird deal.
Super cool, man. It's super cool.
It was weird. I repeated myself a lot. Well, you talked about this on the previous podcast. Hey, it is what it is. You said, you're like, hey, I can cut some of that stuff out. I go, Chris, this is who I am or who we are and what we do. That's the great thing about this podcast. We've been very genuine from day one.
Absolutely.
Over 5 years ago when we started this entourage here.
And we give till it hurts.
and what's great, even last night I was at Minden Mill. And Tommy was playing, and Mark that was here for podcast, 283. And they did awesome. I mean, they unfortunately Mark's mic, we lost him a little bit of sound because it was, we weren't mic'd up for a concert, but oh my God, great reviews. A lot of people, commented, and of course everybody commented on me getting just fucked up, but I was at my house. I was in my safe space. Mark got here a little bit later. So, Tommy and I were having a good time, and I got in the cups a little early, and then he brought over that Minden Mill bourbon. And Chris, you got to have this bourbon. I am super impressed and happy that this is in my backyard. It is such a smooth ride. And I had the rye last night for the first time. We went down to Minden Mill to listen to Tommy and Mark and all the boys down there, and oh my God, the rye is fucking good. It's $45.
How much?
So it's just like when 45.
Oh, right.
Just like when Old Elk came out. Now it's like 65. But
yeah,
45 for the bourbon or the rye. I gotta load up on that. It is really good. And even I've had other people that have had the bourbon and the rye, and they're like, oh my God, the rye is so good. And it is.
I like a good rye.
I know, and I never thought I would. And I'm like, fuck, I love the rye. So, but the bourbon is so good. Smooth ride. But great podcast. I have no regrets.
No regrets.
It is what it is. And I loved, they played 4 songs, original and fun, and it was well received. So
good.
There you go. We change it up here. We give till it hurts at the
breaking ground, trying new things, not afraid.
So we got any reviews out there?
Yeah, we do. Had to kind of dig deep. The review situation on Spotify has kind of dried up a little bit, but I dug deep and went into the old, Chartable's kind of going bye-bye if it hasn't already gone bye-bye.
The monkeys, they ran out of bananas and all the monkeys left. So, of course, we knew that. We saw the writing on the wall there.
The monkeys left the chat. so I fired up the old Apple Podcasts or iTunes or whatever they call that stuff now, and dug in to see what's going on. And turns out we got three reviews that I can share with our listeners, and I'm super happy to do that.
All right.
So starting with North Kidda. I think that's correct. From North Kidda. It's a 5-star review. It's a pretty short review. He just goes on to say,
a town in Alaska.
Yeah, right? North Kidda? I don't know. Accolades for the price.
That
it's a great
turkey hitting.
Accolades for the price. It's a great show. Sweet.
Oh, and hey, that's nice. Short and sweet. I like that.
Short and sweet. So if you want to support the show, you can go to
I was going to say, if you want to support the show, but enjoy the free show.
You can go to irate4x4.com and you can support us there under Watch, Listen, and Discuss. Anyway, so that's our first review. Thank you so much, North Kidda. Appreciate the feedback. And thank you for listening.
Thanks for writing in. Yeah.
For sure. So what is going on here? So the next review is titled Sick Gnar, Bro. I don't know what that means.
Sick Gnar, Bro.
By William Pickett. Okay. He goes on to write, it's 5 stars, which is super cool. And been listening for many years. Hearing the stories from people in the industry is great. It's a real hoot, and I look forward to new episodes, mostly the anti-Toyota stuff. Flip off. So he's giving you...
the flip off. Oh, I love that. We haven't said it yet. Did I? Oh, I did say it. I did say Toyota suck on the last episode, but we're going to say it here again. Toyota suck. Okay. That's awesome. Yep. Thank you.
So so from William Pickett. And then the last review I have to read is also a 5-star review titled Great Podcast from JoJo 15252. And he writes, awesome podcast. Get to listen to off-road stories, useful information and knowledge while I'm stuck at work and not wheeling. Boo. Work sucks. Wheeling's fun.
Toyota
Toyota suck. No, he didn't put Toyota suck.
That's cool.
But, yep. So anyway, JoJo 15252, thank you for writing in and giving us a 5-star review. That's super appreciated. And all of you that wrote reviews, if you haven't notified or contacted Jason at Wheeling Wine Whiskey on the IG, do so, and we'd be happy to send you a sticker if you're not already represented on the trail.
Yes. That's great. I love hearing those stories because, I had a lot of FaceTime, windshield time, I should say, and that's how I got into podcast. And I love it, writing in and saying that you enjoy the show and you listen to it on your way to work or your way home, whatever it is. Mm-hmm. It's what keeps us going, man.
Absolutely.
Because I tell you, we were ready to pack up shop here and get the fuck out.
We were? Well, I mean,
quit.
No.
See you later. No?
Okay. Sometimes real life gets in the way of the show.
It does. We missed an episode here. For those of you keeping track, Dave Code. But anyways, it's life happens, and until we get some like major sponsors that make us do an episode every week, we're going to continue doing what we're doing here, and it's a good thing.
This episode brought to you by Viagra.
Wow. Is that our new sponsor? That's okay.
And Prozac.
Oh, so
we're depressed we have an erection and we're depressed about
Lorenzo
it.
just took off his headphones. He's out. He's like, you offended Lorenzo. That's hard to do.
Is he on Prozac?
Maybe. I don't know. Oh, he is. He won't even look at me right now. He's gone. He's probably heading down to Carson Valley, and it's Saturday night. He's gonna go
with a bottle of Viagra.
Yeah, he picked up some money this week. He hauled some hay for some farmers here in the valley.
Hauled it or ate it?
No, he hauled it. He eats tumbleweeds. But
yeah, that's what I'm figuring.
You saw the video when I was in Beatty, Nevada. Beatty, Nevada.
Beatty. Ned Beatty.
Nevada. And where the asses roam free. and I sent you that picture with Lorenzo sitting in front of 4 other asses. Oh God, it was freaking hilarious. But there was one eating a tumbleweed because you said, "Oh, they eat tumbleweeds," and I go, "No," and they do. They do eat. They'll eat anything apparently.
Well, if they're hungry enough, shit, I'll eat a tumbleweed if I'm hungry. Fuck.
Yeah, there you go. So, okay, good. Keep the reviews coming in.
Absolutely.
Hit me up on IG. We'll send you a sticker for 5-star reviews only. But I did get a postcard addressed to the... it wasn't addressed to anybody. It was addressed to me, I guess.
Well.
But
okay.
On the front of the postcard, it says, "Greetings from California." And it's
greatest
got a shoreline and a beach.
Greatest state in the union.
Red.
Yep.
There you go. And on the back, so it was stamped in Sacramento, California. So we know a few people in Sacramento, California.
Just a few.
So I have a hunch who this came from, but it said, "Don't let Nevada become California. Vote Trump."
Wow.
And it was dated October 31st, Halloween. And that was the night we recorded the musical podcast.
That's right.
And I got over the handlebars. But yes. I did vote Trump in case anybody had any question, but I'd like to think that I'm the reason why Nevada turned red. So I'm going to hang my hat on that. But
I think Nevada's still counting their votes.
no, they're not. It's red. It was great. The only place that turned or stayed blue was Las Vegas because Las Vegas is a shithole. Anyways, and I just came back from there.
Yeah,
it's a good segue, isn't it, Chris?
It is a good segue. Let's. So yeah, you went down to. What do we want to do? The voice message? We'll do that.
Oh, you want to do voicemails?
No. We're gonna wait till the end.
You want to wait till the end for voicemails? I got 3 voicemails. Okay. Okay, we'll wait till the end for voicemails, but we'll go into.
If you want to hear the voicemails, you need to listen to the whole episode.
Oh, there you go. Look at you with a little teaser.
That's right. So yeah, Jason went down to SEMA. I wanted to go, but obviously there were other things happening in my life.
For?
Specialty Equipment Manufacturing Association, I believe.
Good. Yes.
Jason's been more times than I have, obviously, but I've been, I think, 5 times to SEMA, 4 or 5 times. I'm not exactly sure. And the first time I went, I think, was 2014, and I was blown away the first time we went. It was like,
it's overwhelming.
It's incredibly overwhelming. I mean, and that was when the convention center was still small.
Well, huge, but it has grown since then. Yes.
It's huge. I mean, it's big, and then of course they have the outside venues and so forth. I mean, it takes up the entire however many acres it is, whether it's inside or outside, it doesn't matter. Everything's occupied,
right?
But the various halls that can compose or make up the convention center there in Las Vegas, have different themes. Like the Central Hall is generally the hot rodders and the and the
main floor,
the OEM manufacturers like Ford and so forth. And then you got the South Hall, I believe, is usually the wheeling area and the tires and so forth. So, and then there's a new hall there, and I wanted to kind of bring that up a little bit. Is the last time we were there, West Hall was under construction,
right?
And it looked like it was going to be effing massive. And
3 stories tall.
It's huge, right?
It's huge.
So what? I mean, thinking about all the different times we went to SEMA, the overland experience, and of course seeing all the celebrities, and hooking up and talking, not hooking up, but meeting.
Who were you hooking up with, Chris?
Jesse Combs. Seeing her at the Warren booth. And a bunch of other people, running into Ian Johnson numerous times there.
Yeah.
And, hell, I've got, pictures with just a ton of celebrities. And it's a good time. It's a who's who of what, motorsports, whether it's off-roading or hot rodding or racing or
Dave,
whatever.
Who was the guy you were kind of fanboying out on? Dave, that automotive show.
Stacy David.
Stacy David, yeah, saw him.
Yep. So I mean, Tom Petty. I mean, not Tom Petty. Richard Petty.
Richard Petty,
the race car driver.
Tom Petty. What are you talking about?
Well, Richard Petty.
We saw Guy Fieri there.
Oh, did you? That's cool, right?
Not this year, but like when you and I were there, we saw Guy.
And the sergeant. You got a picture with the Sarge.
The Sarge, yeah, from the movie
Full Metal Jacket.
Full Metal.
No, not Full Metal. Is a full. Anyway, I mean, tons of people that are there, and just to be seen, and of course, they're all gearheads. Running into Larry and Tyser that year.
God, that was great. Just gonna send it.
So, I mean, the whole point is, I mean, there's so many people that have a big interest in motorsports and offer,
gearheads.
Gearheads. It really is, and it's massive. So, I feel. I'm bummed that I didn't get to go this year, but as I said earlier, I had a lot of other stuff going on this fall. But I do fully expect to go to SEMA next year, and I just imagine it's to be bigger and better than ever. So,
well, yes and no. So, let me just tell you, we had quite a trip down to Las Vegas. So, decided to drive because I wanted to go to this Vegas Valley, 4-wheelers hump and bump afterwards.
Humping and bumping?
Humping and bumping. So I go, okay, we're going to take my truck camper, trailer, buggy, and stayed at the RV park at the strip, at the end of the strip by the, it's called the Oasis RV Park. Very nice RV
By the
park.
airport?
Oh, right by the airport, exactly. So it's down by the Luxor and everything. So you're at the opposite end. But, Ubers and all the transportation there, it worked out fine.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, getting down there, so stopped because a storm was rolling in. And I'm like, okay, we got to get out ahead of this thing. Stopped in Beatty, Nevada the first night. Got out on Saturday. And it was great. Great little RV park, full hookups. I just plugged in, but so that's where all the donkeys are. And so we've driven through there a few times going to Sand Hollow for Trail Hero and stuff.
Right.
But I'm like, oh, we're staying there. And so I brought Lorenzo. And then so got there in the evening. It was almost dark. Fixed dinner, had some whiskey, went to bed. Next morning, get up. And I'm like, oh, they got a hot tub next door. So hopped in the hot tub for a half an hour.
You and your hot tubs, man.
Oh, I love the hot tub. Nice little soak. And headed, took a shower. And then I grabbed Lorenzo and I go, I got to find some freaking asses in this town, some donkeys. And there was 4 of them just right outside the RV park. And it was freaking classic. I walked up and I'm like, okay, well, these are wild animals per se, but they're super domesticated, I guess, or tame. And so I kept walking a little closer and they kept fixating on Lorenzo. I'm holding him in my hand. And
this guy's molesting the miniature donkey.
Right. So I set him down on the ground and they're like, one of them was like super fixated on him and then like sat down. And I'm like,
what?
Okay, well, that's a good sign.
The donkey sat down?
Yeah, like sat down on its belly,
Oh,
like
so
a dog.
Laid down.
No, it wasn't laying on its side. It sat down on its belly like a dog.
Huh. I never seen that.
Yeah, I never have either. And I'm like, oh my God, I got to get a picture. So I sat him down in front of him and got a freaking killer picture. But so that was great. And then we headed out down to Vegas, a couple hours more, and get into good old Las Vegas. Oh my God. And sitting there. Oh shit, I almost forgot. So we're in Beatty, Nevada. I'm sitting in the camper with Kobe, and we're bullshitting in the morning. I've had
Georgia boy.
Yeah, breakfast, and we're just bullshitting, getting ready to leave in about an hour. And all of a sudden, hear this major air leak. And we look at each other and go, what the fuck? Open up the camper door, go outside. Shit, that's close. Oh, shit, that's my trailer tire.
What?
I'm like, what? So on the enclosed trailer, the valve stem just randomly decided to blow. It was like...
left the chat?
45 degrees outside. It wasn't hot. It's a rubber valve stem. And it just left the chat. And I'm like, oh, fuck. Well, okay, no problem. I got Colby valves, right? So I go in, dig those out, and was able to get some vice grips on it and pull the old valve stem entirely out, put the new Colby valve in, tightened it up, aired it up, fine. And I'm like, okay, well, that'll get me to Vegas. So we head out to Vegas, no problem, get to Vegas, pull into this Oasis RV park that's, like I say, super bougie and full hookups. And I've had like full hookups 5 times with that camper.
And they let a 25-year-old Lance camper go.
Well, that's it. And that's what I was worried about. And there was these $1 million fucking RV. I mean, super crazy RVs and stackers. These snowbirds are coming in this time.
All right.
From Montana, Colorado,
Tiffins and shit.
Yeah. Oh, beautiful, beautiful rigs, matching stacker trailer with sand buggy in there and a fucking car. And I'm like, oh my God, Montana. I mean, all these people. And I called my mom and I go, hey, I'm officially old now. I'm camping with the snowbirds.
Was Jack there?
And I guarantee, as I was driving in, they have you like check in, and it's a process. And, it's not inexpensive, but it's not crazy expensive. But anyways, get checked in, and I'm driving into the site, and you're passing all these beautiful, beautiful, toter homes and diesel pushers and Tiffins, like you say, and stuff, and beavers, and everything else. So anyways, and I'm just sitting there going, here I am in a truck with a cab over camper and a enclosed trailer that I think's pretty freaking nice, with
$100,000 truck, but
right. And I got massaging seats. I mean, come on. But I guarantee these people were like, all these people were sitting out in their chairs, having their afternoon cocktail when we rolled in. And, they're going,
Cavassier.
oh, look. Oh my God, he's got a cap over cap. I bet he's got a wet shower. His toilet gets wet, huh? I bet it does. I'm like, oh God.
There goes the neighborhood.
There goes the neighborhood, right? He has a wet bath. Oh my God,
what a loser. What a loser.
But I pulled in, and it was cool because pulled into the site, got all set up. Beautiful, good stuff. So later that evening, I'm heading over to the hot tub, and I come back, and the guy next to me has this beautiful RV, and I go, he comes out and he goes, hey, how you doing? Good evening. And I'm like, oh shit, I know you. And he goes, yeah, Dan Mick, Jeep tours in Moab, Utah.
Oh shit.
And I'm like, no shit. And so we talk stories and stuff of Moab and four-wheeling. And I'm like, okay, this is cool. Anyway,
good deal.
Yeah, he was there for SEMA, obviously. But
of course.
I do have to back up one more time. Oh, shit. On our way down, right before Las Vegas, Kobe had us stop at Artisan Cellars. And it's a winery, obviously, but it's a Harvest Toast. So they've stayed there before,
right.
So Harvest Toast, you can stay 1 or 2 nights at these cool venues. And this is on the way down to Vegas, so it's not in this beautiful, setting, but he goes, hey, we're going to stop there. We're going to have lunch and some wine. I'm like, okay, I'm not mad at that. Holy shit. Dana was our server, and we sat at the bar, and the wine, they had like 15 different wines if you wanted to try all of them. We didn't, but they had some good Cab Franc.
Really?
Yeah.
Were they local berries or no?
No. It's fucking Vegas, dude.
That's what I was kind of
exactly.
I mean, so where do they get the fruit from?
So Lodi, Napa, all this stuff, but super cool, great food, great venue, great Harvest Toast. If you are heading to Vegas, stop at Artisan. I give them a 5-star review. Would recommend.
Cool.
Very cool. So we spent like an hour and a half there. We were her first customer that day, which was perfect. We got there right when they opened. Kobe timed it perfectly, and then we headed on to Vegas after that. So anyways, so getting caught back up, headed there. On the way down, I was listening to NCL After Dark, the NorCal Rover podcast that Donnie puts on.
Oh, I haven't listened to that yet.
Yeah, no, I got to keep on tabs with our competition and stuff. What's going on?
Are they competition?
No. They're Rovers. They're Rovers, but they're good people. Good people. We're not going to say Rovers suck.
She has great personality.
It's great. So I was entertained. I listened to their Fordyce episode, but I gotta call Donnie out, and I know Donnie listens to our podcast. So one, I'm going to promote your podcast. So listen to Rovers After Dark. But Donnie, little podcast etiquette. When you call out another podcast, you gotta say their name. So he called us out. He goes, "Oh yeah, I was listening to this podcast about Dave Wong and yada yada yada." And I'm like, "Okay, Wheeling Wine and Whiskey podcast? Nothing." Donnie didn't even call out Wheeling Wine and Whiskey podcast.
Really?
No, he just said, "Oh yeah, I was listening to this podcast, like this pedestrian podcast, whatever."
Wow.
Yeah, Donnie,
doesn't even know we're the most popular off-road podcast.
Get your podcast etiquette shit together. Calling you out right now. Waiting for a call in from you. Okay, and then wait, there's more. So he calls out, "Oh yeah, I was listening to this podcast about Dave Wong talking about his tires." Yeah. It's Wheeling Wine and Whiskey podcast, by the way, Donnie.
Oh boy.
But Chris, they ended the podcast. How'd they end the podcast?
Toyotas suck.
No.
What?
We out.
No.
Yes, that's patented.
Trademark.
Copyrighted. Trademarked. Donnie.
I don't know. I'm disappointed. I haven't heard. I'm looking it up right now as we. Yeah. Rovers After Dark podcast. Holy shit! There it is.
Yeah, there it is. They got kind of like an 80s logo. It's all neon out. But Donnie, Donnie,
yeah.
Donnie, give us a shout out, okay? If you're going to quote us, give us a shout out. That's all.
And because we shouted you out on our episode.
Fuck yeah.
And we're the fastest growing podcast. I mean, come on now.
Yeah, we made him popular. But anyways, okay.
I'm sending you a bill.
Oh, Lorenzo's shaking his head again. He's disappointed.
Oh,
disappointed.
Boy. Speaking of Rover,
the high hoof.
The high hoof
to Donnie. Oh, God.
Speaking of Rover Don, Rover. I like Rover Don, and we're talking smack about him. But I mean, he's a good dude. So he reached out to me after that episode where I told you about the fuel line on the Jeep.
He offered up his shop.
He offered up his shop, and I'm probably going to take him up on that. I got to reach out to him here shortly.
Oh, that's cool.
I got the hose to suck the fuel out of my tank so I can get that thing lightened up. Okay. But it gives me an opportunity to throw the Jeep up on the trailer and do a little road trip to Rover Don's shop. So camaraderie and good
teach
content.
Him some podcast etiquette.
That's right. But Don, I'm going to give you a call. Expect a call shortly. We're gonna hook up and get this done because you're right. I do need to get back out on the trail, and I got plans, man. I want to wheel. So
nice.
And I don't know if I'm going to drag my junk down to KOH, but if I do decide to drag it down there, I need it to be operational. So. Hopefully we can get this done soon.
We need to get that fixed. That's, fuel leaks are not good.
I know, and I'm putting the Christmas lights up on the house, and the Jeep is, tucked in the garage, and it blocks my access to outlets where I need to plug the outside Christmas lights. And so I'm climbing up over the Jeep, and it's stupid because I couldn't start it because I would just blow fuel all over the floor of the garage.
Right. Yeah, that's not good. That's not, no. The water heater going. Yeah.
Right. What happened to the house? Blew up. Yeah. Anyway, I digress. So anyway, we're talking about Vegas and SEMA.
No, so yeah, it was an eventful trip to SEMA. Long story short, on the valve stem, that I got to hand it to Colby Valve. I put that in Beatty, drove to Vegas, drove to Longdale, which we'll get into here in a second, and drove all the way back home. And it's still holding air. So they frickin' work, man. That was awesome.
That's awesome. But so did the internal part of the valve stem
just
shoot out?
Rubber valve stem, and it just fucking blew. It's like the rubber part gave away.
The whole valve stem, not just the part you screw out inside.
Yeah, no. The valve core, the valve stem itself that goes into the rim blew.
Wow.
Gone.
I mean, that trailer's what, a year and a half old?
Yeah.
Something like that. I mean, that's crazy. So did you get that? Or is it still a Colby
metal valve stems on everything? So the only other thing I can think of is, huh?
It's all about ball bearings and metal valve stems.
It is. So the only thing I can, one, manufacturer defect, okay, or poor material.
Yeah, no, not after a year and a half, man.
But I put on the tire monitoring kit, and you've got this unit that screws on to where your valve cap, your little
transmitter,
valve cap, right? So it's a transmitter. It's got a battery in it. It's got some shit. So a little bit more weight on the end of the valve core. So
for sure,
I don't know if that did it. There's 4 tires. One of them failed the valve core. I don't know. But I'm going to go metal, just metal, and then there ain't no issues moving forward. So
I've got tire minder on my truck and camp and trailer myself, and those definitely add weight to it. But now that you're, cores? I do. I have rubber valve stems on everything.
And you got Dodge, so that's another issue, another strike.
Yeah, issue, so. You just got to go digging, don't you?
Always.
Yeah,
always.
Or found on the roadside dead.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah. Whatever. First
didn't hear it from me.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So, SEMA was cool. I think 2019 was the last time we were there.
I think you're right.
So it was pre-COVID. Crazy, like you said previously. It is overwhelming when you first go to SEMA as a gearhead. You're like, holy crap, how do I digest it? It'd take a minimum of 3 days to look at everything. And that's if you didn't stop and talk to anybody.
Right.
Before. Now, it's more palatable. It's not as cool. It's still good. I'm not.
Wait. Back up. What do you mean more palatable and not as cool?
More palatable in that you can get around in a couple of days and see everything. But the good thing is that after COVID, here we are a few years after COVID. It's people. It's all about the people, right? So you get to see and mingle with a lot of different gearheads and people in our industry.
I will say, I want to interject real quick that you talk about people and crowds, and the central hall has always been an area that is overwhelming to me. The last time I was, every year, it was just that walking down those different aisles between booths. You're literally being crushed by people because I don't know if it's because there's so many people, more people that are interested in hot rods and engine modifications or whatever. But that building, that room, that hall has always been more, crazy to me than any of the other buildings.
For sure. And Ford used to be there up top. Now it's Toyota.
Really? Ford still not going?
Ford had a small booth. Ford Performance had a small booth there.
Because Toyota used to be in the corner completely opposite.
Correct.
Wow.
Things have changed. Times have changed. There's no more Ford out front where they're drifting and shit. Now, there was a drifting area. It was much condensed in Burnout Box. Of course, the Fun Havers were there. Lauren Healy and Von Gittin. And then, Burnout competitions and stuff. But much different field. But for me, and fortunately, I got to see it in the early years and be part of that, and you did too.
Mm-hmm.
But for me now, it's about the people, the meet and greets, and seeing the people out there. It's not so much seeing products, which is cool, and seeing builds, which is cool, and talking to engineers of different products that, I'm interested in. Always great opportunity, but it's all about the people that go. So
networking
for sure. Absolutely. So that was great. And, I worked a booth, the Workhose booth, and that was great. I mean, I've never been in a booth, working a booth at SEMA, and just being in a booth for a few days and getting to see people come to you and show the product and stuff. That was awesome. So it was a different perspective for me this year, but definitely nowhere near pre-COVID, but still good. Would I go back next year? Yes, if I'm working the booth, but I wouldn't go back to just go back and like, oh my God, SEMA, got to go back to SEMA every year.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing people and everything's great, but I was fortunate enough to get out to a lot of different events, so I saw a lot of people this year. But it's changed. It's changed, and I don't know if it's for the better or not. I mean, for me, it's fine. I don't lose any sleep over it, but it is different from what we saw back in the day.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's pre-COVID, post-COVID. I mean, thinking about I guess one of my questions is: was it more public people, not industry people, being able to get in, or is it?
That was Friday, and I wasn't there Friday. We left Thursday night.
Oh, you left Thursday night
to that off-road event. So I don't know, but I heard Fridays are shit shows there now because it is open to the public, and people are looking for a deal or whatever. And
isn't that when they do the departure to Friday night or Friday afternoon?
Yeah, Saturday
parade.
They have the parade, right? It's Saturday.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I mean, I don't know. I want to go to SEMA again. I think it's a blast, and I like Vegas. I know there's a lot of people that hate it, but I think take Vegas for what it is. It's just a playground, and I like to people watch. And I also like to eat. If you've seen me, met me, I'm a big man, and I like to eat.
Can I interject on a food real quick?
Sure, absolutely. Let's hear it.
So, staying at the RV park, we fixed our own meals, which was great. Way better than staying in a hotel and having to go get a $20 breakfast and a $50 lunch and a $100 dinner.
Right.
But we did go out one night and recommendation, because we took Ubers from the Oasis down to the convention center, and great. All our Uber drivers, except for one, was great. Anyways, this one guy, he goes, I'm asking him about restaurants, and I'm like, okay, we don't need the Top Steakhouse or any of that stuff, but place called Top Sushi and Oyster, and I like my sushi.
I'm not a fan.
All you can eat for $38, Chris.
Really?
Yeah, $38, and they had their rules there. Like, if you're going to eat sushi, you can't like just eat the fish and leave the rice and stuff, right? But they didn't police it while we were there, or at least what I saw. And we ate everything. The fucking food was delicious.
I
had like 5 rolls, some sashimi and dessert, and
I like sashimi.
A ton of stuff. I mean, I definitely got my money's worth there. So if you are in Vegas and a little off the strip, go to Top Sushi and Oyster, and so you can go to an order of oysters. Oh, look at you pulling out the Jefferson's Reserve. So the oysters were great.
I can't.
Everything was
oysters.
Great. And nobody got sick. It was all good, top quality. Food. No,
that's always winning.
You're eating raw fish.
No, so I know.
I always go into. I love sushi, and I love sushi. And growing up in the Bay Area, we had some incredible sushi restaurants. But you're like, you go to a all-you-can-eat buffet, sushi buffet, and it's you're kind of throwing dice a little bit in Vegas. You're gambling in Vegas. You never know. But dude, place is fucking legit. I will give it 5 stars. Would recommend. And it was a great meal. Of course, we hit the Hofbrau house one night too.
Hofbrau.
Jaeger Schnitzel.
Did you get spanked?
No, I didn't order a shot, but I saw people. When you order a shot there, you get spanked. Great story there. I walk in and I wanted some of the Bavarian mustard. They have this killer, mustard for their pretzels and stuff and sausages. And it's like $5 for this little container of mustard. So I walked in. They have a little gift shop right there immediately to the right. And I go, and this gal's sitting there and she goes, "Oh, can I help you?" And I go, "Yeah, I'll take a couple mustards." She goes, "Oh, we haven't had that since, COVID." I go, "You got to be shitting me." "Nope, no mustard." And I go,
"What?"
it's imported from Germany. It's like fucking mustard. Why did COVID F that up? And she didn't know, but she goes, yeah, we have no mustard. And I
So then she spanked you.
yeah, right. So then it fired me up on politics, right? I got into the political, this is bullshit,
boy.
political, blah, blah, blah. And I go, and so here we are days before the election. And she was obviously a conservative and goes, I want to see Trump win, and I want to see the state turn red and all this stuff. And I go, oh, mark my words. I go, Nevada's turning red, Trump's winning. And she goes, yeah, rah, rah, rah. So anyways, all right, go in and eat Jaeger Schnitzel and have a Hofbrau beer and great evening. We had a great time. I come out and, you walk right past the gift shop again. And I look at her, I give her the, pointing at my eyes, pointing at her eyes, like, mark my words, Trump's winning, state's going red. She goes, fuck yeah. And she just got overwhelmed. There's like 40 people in the lobby there. And she's like, oh shit. Okay. Sorry.
Wow.
But it was great. And we know the rest of that story. So that was awesome. But
right.
Yeah. So those were the only two places I ate. We had a little people come over to our campsite. Eric and Dolly.
Eric and Dolly,
Yeah. Came on over to our campsite. Ultra Four Jones and his dad, Dennis.
That's good.
So yeah, we had a little.
They were staying behind Circus.
Yeah, they were at Circus. They should have been with us, but it worked out. It was convenient. They could walk to the show. We had to
exactly.
Stuart was there.
Stuart,
Hannah and his wife and kids. So we had a good time there. Kobe and Alicia, and it was a good night at the campsite. And then Dan Mick came over. Obviously, he's camped right next door.
He was right next to you.
Came over and joined us, and it was good. He's got a ton of stories. I told him, I'm like, I'd love to have you on the podcast. He's like the godfather of Moab, Utah. So,
let's get him on. That's cool.
Yeah,
and I know you also met up with Ian. He was walking around, and you also saw Dave Wong and.
Yep, saw Ian a few times. We caught up. Of course, we talked some whiskey and different stuff. And then Dave Wong hung out in the booth, the Workhose booth on Thursday with us. So that was great. And he jumped right in and started selling stuff.
That's cool.
Yeah, very cool.
You saw Shannon and Jess, I guess, and talked to them a little bit. So
what was cool being a vendor this year, we got in on Monday while everybody's setting up, and these crates, Chris, are incredible. They're sitting in the aisles. So it's super raw, right? Like huge crates are coming in, and the displays that people put up there, these different companies and stuff. And of course, it's all union workers, and the forklifts are going. I mean, millions of forklifts going back and forth and, honking horns and getting stuff set up. And so Monday afternoon, the show starts Tuesday morning. Monday afternoon, I mean, there's crates sitting in the aisle. You're walking in between stuff and just kind of checking stuff out. Well, we're walking into the central hall and hear this badass fucking V8. And I look down and I go, oh, that's Shannon. Sure enough, there he was back in the car into the Holly performance booth.
Right.
And so I literally ran down there and said hi to Shannon and Jess and catching up with them and saying, man, I'm having fun watching your YouTube videos,
Yeah, he's definitely cranked up his presence. That's for sure.
Well, yeah, and it's great, and they love to cook, and I love to cook, and so we were talking about that. But it's cool just to hang out with people and stuff. But the Monday was super fun, getting to see the show, and I'm like, you come in on Tuesday morning, carpets are rolled out in the aisles that were all concrete. I mean, the place just transforms overnight, literally, into a professional, convention center show.
Well, and that happens, nonstop.
Everywhere.
I mean, it's whether SEMA moves out and then some other show moves in. And
can I share a story?
Sure. No, you may not. No.
Okay.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm going to start my own podcast. So we had this work hose booth that sells air hoses and water hoses, and we'll get into that later. But part of our shipment did not arrive. To the dock, to the SEMA dock. Alicia went out of her way, got a U-Haul truck, picked it up from the shipping, area in Vegas, and brought it to the SEMA show, to the convention center. Dropped it off. Everybody was super accommodating, like, yep, we'll get that to your booth, blah, blah, blah.
Uh-huh.
How much do you think it costs to get a couple pallets from we'll call it the loading dock at SEMA, okay, to our booth in the hall, South Hall? Of course, and I will, it's all union.
Correct.
It's all union. Like, you can't plug in a fucking iPhone deal without the union plugging it in for you. That's being a little extreme, but that's how it is.
You get the idea.
Go.
$750.
No more.
$1,500.
Less.
$1,000.
A little bit under $1,000 to get those 2 pallets moved to our booth.
What's the hourly rate like?
I have no fucking clue, but wait.
And
if you're a forklift operator,
and it takes you probably 15 minutes to do that.
Let's just say a forklift operator. I don't know, $45 an hour, $50 an hour, which is very good pay to run a forklift. It's a skilled job. It's not fucking flipping burgers at McDonald's. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but holy shit! The distance between the two areas, I could walk in 5 minutes.
That's crazy, dude. I know. I've watched videos from SEMA, not SEMA, but I've watched videos.
I'm not against unions, but what the fuck?
That's an absurd amount of money.
How do you do business? How do you? I mean, like, we're small potatoes. I get a Holly or whatever, but still, it's corporate America. But you got
it's
millions of dollars. But fuck me if it costs $900 some odd to move 2 pallets to your booth.
That's one of the big reasons why the golf industry show is, not as big as it used to be.
And a reason why Ford is no longer up on the upper Central Hall. They're all, fuck you guys and your fucking high prices.
It's crazy.
We don't need to be that much merchandise up in our booth.
Right. I mean,
so they're fucking themselves. Well, it's the Las Vegas Convention Center.
Dude, it's every convention center, whether it's Moscone or Las Vegas or San Diego,
Florida,
or whatever.
San Diego.
I mean, I've watched the videos of like, they have that big heavy equipment show in Vegas once a year. And when I say heavy equipment, there's YouTube videos on this. It's like giant goddamn excavators that are like beyond any excavator you've ever seen. And they have to, but when they move these things to haul them out, they have the forklifts running around with plywood or something more than plywood that they have to, drive the excavator tracks on so they don't damage the floor of the convention center.
Yep.
And I will say, watching those videos and these guys and these forklifts maneuvering those pieces of plywood around, it's impressive. It's like
and they're efficient. I'm not saying they're not worth whatever they're getting paid, but holy hell. It was like, garbage. There was a guy going around with a big old dumpster, on wheels, picking up garbage. Super great. Everybody that worked there was great and helpful, but who's making all that money? Holy hell. Because it ain't the employees. It ain't those guys that are busting their ass at midnight fucking rolling out the red carpet so that when we show up on Tuesday morning at the SEMA show, everything's all primed and perfect.
You know how much those union bosses need to make, man?
Well, I guess, yeah. And maybe it's all mafia there in Vegas. I don't know.
Shit.
Anyways,
I'm about to edit that out.
It could be. No, I'm Italian. I got mafia roots. Hey.
I was at a wedding, an Italian wedding back east years ago, and I made a joke about the mafia, and somebody's like, dude, they're here.
Yeah, they're here.
I'm like, they're not going to kill me just because I said mafia. And they said, they might.
They might.
I'm like, I know the mother of the bride, and she's like, well, you're safe.
Oh,
Like,
okay. There you go. Hey, got the. Anyways, SEMA was great. It was fun to catch up with a lot of people. I went to Tora,
I don't know what that
which is truck and off-road associate. No, wait, I just butchered.
Before you go there, I want to ask one question.
Okay,
so you
question.
you didn't go to the barbecue place that we like to go to.
No, it's been sold, Chris. It's
what?
No, smoking. You're talking about smoking. What was it called? Smoking meats. It's been sold.
Not Smoke Wagon, but
no. Damn it! It's a little. They had a little devil as the.
I know the sticker's under the hood of my Jeep.
It's on my garbage can in my camper. Yeah, no, it's been sold. All just sold out. They sold out.
Oh, that sucks. Okay,
I know.
Bummer, because they had some
I didn't, like I say, other than this top sushi place and oyster that was freaking phenomenal, and of course the Hofbrau House is always good. Only 2 places we went to in town. Otherwise, I was either at the convention center or at the Oasis campground. I've been to Vegas a bunch of times.
Sure.
I love fine dining, as everybody knows, and fine drinking and whining and dining and all that stuff. And I've done that. I've done the bigger restaurants there. Great. And it was super surreal, this trip for me, to not do that and go to all these crazy places. But it was nice.
Well, on a budget.
It was just nice coming back to my camper and chilling with Lorenzo, having my own whiskey.
It's not $15 for a pour.
Yeah, right.
Or 20.
You know, I had a little proof syrup, make my old fashions there, you know, in my camper and chill.
Well, thinking back how many years ago when you and I were in Vegas for the golf industry show, and we had that dinner in the Bellagio that was just incredible. Well,
you remember the sommelier? So I made friends.
Oh yeah,
with the sommelier in short
I remember one of our colleagues and go ahead.
So made friends with the sommelier, the wine guy. We'll just call him the wine guy. And I'm like, hey, we got this, you know, party. We weren't picking up the bill, so the sky was the limit. And
we had to pay for the liquor bill, but not the food bill.
Part of it, yeah. I guess you're right. I don't know. We got. I don't know. Anyway,
vendors were there. They paid for the food, and we had to pay for the alcohol.
But we had some incredible wine that night.
We did.
I go to the sommelier. I go, hey, what's a good deal? You know, around $100 or whatever for a bottle of wine. And they always have stuff that's off list when you go to these high end restaurants. That's, you know, they got 1 bottle left or whatever. They got to get rid of it, and so they make you a little deal, little insider tip there. And so I go, hey, what do you got around $100? That's nice cab or whatever. Dude, we had some great wine that right night. Remember, made friends with him, and he brought out a bunch of extra shit for us to taste. And we tasted some ports that were imported that were like stupid, you know, $80 a pour that we were trying that night.
That's right.
At the Bellagio. That was good. Good times.
Good time. Back in the day of expense accounts.
Yeah. Now it all comes out of our own wallet.
Well, Wheeling Wine and Whiskey would have an expense account, but we're broke.
Lorenzo, what have you paid for lately?
Nothing.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I just got an invoice from Lorenzo. He wants to be paid.
Yeah. He'll get paid when he freaking pays all his debts. So anyways, great time. They were setting up for the race, which I guess is coming up this next week. The Formula One. I can't believe they're having it there again.
Oh, really?
Oh my God, the K rails and stuff they're setting up for this thing.
Oh shit! And that's why Eric Hanna was going off about it.
Stupid. I get it because we're racing down the Las Vegas Strip with F1 cars, but you know it's just silly. It's the entertainment capital of the world.
It is.
I think it'd be better if they had a fucking NASCAR race downtown or a drift race or something, not Formula One.
Well, look at, I mean,
here nor
it's,
there.
there's like disruption all the time down on the strip.
So
you know, and
bad.
this is a major disruption to think, you know, we're not going to allow people to drive.
It's classic Vegas. They take out fucking trees in front of the Bellagio fountains and then put them back in afterwards. I mean, like, where else does this happen? You know, stupid, whatever. You know what was interesting?
Making it rain.
One other thing, you know, driving down the strip at night in the Uber. I wasn't driving; I was in the back seat, but looking at the Mirage, and it was fucking dark, which was really surreal, Chris.
Was it gone or was it blown up?
No,
already?
It's not gone. They didn't blow that up. You know, like the sands, right? That just went down.
I thought the Mirage was just blown up.
Tropicana, was that the one that just went down?
I don't know.
Sands, Tropicana, one of the two. Anyway,
making space for the A's.
But they're going to turn it into Hard Rock. But I think they're using the show and going to revamp everything. But the atrium was there. There's still the dome of the atrium, but everything out front, the volcano and all that shit was gone.
Oh yeah.
But seeing I mean, these hotels are massive. If you've never been to Vegas and you're listening to this, it is just stupid how massive these buildings are.
They're big.
They're stupid big. And but you start looking down the strip and everything looks like a Motel 6 because everything's huge. But you start walking down the strip and you're looking and you're like, holy shit, that's a 30-story building or 50-story building. Anyways, the Mirage being dark, you're looking at it and it's like, it was weird, dude. It was really freaking weird. As many times as I've been to Vegas and seen everything, and Treasure Island's going down. You know, all this stuff is evolving. Oh yeah, it's
the core of the strip, right? I mean, you think about Bellagio, Paris. You know, that's the middle.
Yeah,
and everything kind of goes from that point out. And you think about what's at the end. You know, you head down towards the Luxor, down towards the airport, and then you go
Mandalay Bay.
You go further the other direction towards the convention center. Then you got then
you're going to Old Town.
Yeah, Old Town, but what's that tall, the Stratosphere and shit like that?
The Strat, they call it now. They rebranded.
And then Circus is up there. So it's like the middle, New York. You get the middle of the core, the middle of the strip
Excalibur.
Is kind of the.
Remember the Excalibur? It's still there.
That's right. Those are the A. Class A, the 4-star, 5-star,
5-star.
You know, and then you kind of go downhill as the further away from the core of the strip.
Yes
you
go. Yes and no. I mean, you got Wynn Encore at the end, that 5-star on high. I mean, just those are the places to stay. But
what's the place with all the canals?
That's the Venetian.
The Venetian,
yeah, that was cool. We got lost in there. Yeah, it is just Vegas. Vegas is Vegas. It's cool. If you haven't been there, you need to go check it out. Spend a day or two. Don't spend more than 3 days in Vegas. You've
seen it all.
But if you love people watching, you love fine dining, you love...
don't forget about the Shelby Museum.
Well, the Shelby, that moved. Yeah, that's good. I mean, there's a lot of cool shit there. But if you spend more than 3 days in Vegas, it gets numbing. But SEMA show, good. I'm gonna say I'm glad I went. I was a little apprehensive in going just because I was like, I've been there, done that, and it's not going to be as good as before. And it wasn't as good as before, but it was still good. And the best thing, what made it, was meeting all the different people there. You know, of course, saw Ian and Holly Fowler and Kurt from International 4-Wheel Drive Association and you know, just everybody who's anybody in the off-road industry, you know, was there.
Of course.
It's just fun to meet and greet and rub elbows with those people. And it's cool that, you know, we've developed a brand here on Wheeling Wine and Whiskey, and to see our logos out there and people recognize us, and that was super humbling. You know, I'd go up and say, "Oh, I'm Jason from Wheeling Wine." "Oh yeah, I listen to you guys," and it wasn't like the cordial like bullshit. "Oh yeah, listen." You know, they bring up like specific
episodes.
episodes and I love that such and such episode, or talking to so and so and that, and blah blah blah. It's cool. It's cool to have a little bit of recognition.
So we've been we used to go with our buddy Eddie as buyers for his company under his umbrella, right? So we've been buyers. You've been there as a vendor.
Yes.
For what was the company's
vendor,
name?
yeah.
What was the company name?
Workhose.
Yep. What we need to do is, if we go back next year, we need to go back as media.
Yes, media.
And that opens up a whole nother set of doors.
I didn't want to pull the media card because you weren't there, but yes, we need to go back as media.
Well, I want to go back.
Okay.
I want to go again. I want to go as media, and I want to make this happen. So throwing it down, I'm throwing it right. Boom, we're going next year.
There it is.
We're gonna have content up the wazoo.
No, it is good. So yeah, no, overall, I had a great time, loved it. So after SEMA, so we left on Thursday afternoon after SEMA closed at 5:00. Kobe and I, and headed out to Logandale, Nevada, which is south about 45 minutes, 50 minutes or so.
45.
Hour and a half if you're driving a Dodge. But very, very...
Towing a Ford.
There you go.
Yeah, that's right. Fuck you, very little.
So, I normally fly out to, from Reno to Vegas. It'd be an easy shot on old Southwest cattle carrier. But this event, the Hump and Bump by Vegas Valley four-wheelers, I'm like, Kobe brought it up and goes, let's go to that. And I go, well, fuck, that'd be great. And, then I'm thinking of logistics towing down there. And I'm like, well, fuck, it's easy tow. And we're staying at the RV park, which was great, which we've already went over.
Make sure you don't leave anything out, Verde.
Okay, so here's something stupid I did. I normally every trip, because I'm type A, I'm like boxing, I have a checklist.
Right.
And so just getting back from Trail Hero, I'm like, oh, I got most of the stuff loaded. I'll just change out clothes, put some food in the camper, and we're going to go.
Restock the bourbon and go.
Exactly. Throw a new box of bourbon in the camper and some bottles of wine and go. So I get everything loaded up, get the truck, the cab over camper on the truck. Okay, hook up the trailer, drive the buggy in the trailer. I'm like, okay, yeah, we got a lot of shit in here. We're good. Throw the bourbon in, whatever. I throw some locks on the camper back door and fucking head out to Vegas. Get to Vegas there, the Oasis, and I go, oh fuck, I forgot the keys to the lock.
You forgot the keys.
I got nothing. I go, oh, no problem. I got a spare in the glove box. Nope, no spare in the glove box.
She gone.
So that's all right. I don't need the buggy during SEMA, but I'm like, fuck. I got this.
What else is in the camper? The bourbon.
Well, the camper's fine. The camper, I could get into the enclosed trailer through the man door, but I couldn't get the back door.
Oh, you could get in. Ah, gotcha.
See?
Okay.
So
it
wasn't.
out.
I didn't lock the side door. I just had the latch on it. But I'm like, okay. And so then I'm like, oh fuck. And I didn't bring my grinder or anything to cut the lock off. I didn't have a hacksaw or anything. So Kobe's I got a Milwaukee. He's a Milwaukee guy. I'm DeWalt. But he goes, I got a Milwaukee grinder. I'm like, okay. So when we get to, Logandale, I can cut the lock off. Yeah. So that's what we ended up doing. Cutting the lock off, got the buggy out. But I was just pissed at myself because I'm pretty damn organized. And this trip, I was not very organized.
So,
but we got to Logandale.
You didn't just lock yourself out of your trailer, but you also locked yourself out of your house.
Well, no, that's coming up, Chris. You're getting ahead of ourselves here. Okay. I didn't lock myself out of my house purposely, but we'll get to that. So, get to Logandale, cut the lock off, get the buggy out. I got to tell you, we pulled into Logandale to this. It's called the Las Vegas Valley Four-Wheelers that put on this event. It's their 43rd year. Hump and Bump, it's called. The old Hump and Bump. And I've heard about this event, but obviously never been there. And I'm like, okay, and I started reading up about it, and I've heard great things about it. And I'm like, oh, this is freaking awesome. And it was awesome. People were super accommodating. We pull up at 8:00 at night, Thursday night. This lady runs up to my truck and goes, "Hey, how you doing? Welcome. Have you been here before?" And I go, "No." "Okay, well, let me give you the lay of the land, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I'm going to get, Mike over here to show you around." He pulls up in this like Polaris Ranger or something, like a utility side by side. He's all, "Follow me to your camp." And he leads me out to the, boondock area where we're camping. And I'm like, okay, cool. And I'm tired. I'm exhausted at this point. I talked to like 9,000 people that day. And I just wanted to have dinner and a good whiskey and go to bed. And that's what I did. So he goes, "Here, hop in." After I parked, he goes, "Hop in. I'm going to show you around." Okay, well, here's the stage. Here's registration. Here's where the vehicle inspection is. Here's where the vendors are, blah, blah, blah. He goes on the whole thing, takes me back to my rig. I'm like, that's freaking cool. Everybody was super accommodating. So, and I knew Glenn and Kimberly Plake were parked up the hill. But I'm like, I'm not driving up there at night in some unknown territory. But I got to tell you, Chris, this was just like Sierra Trek. It was a Sierra Trek style event. Super cool. Over 400 plus people there. Campers, RVs in this fairgrounds that had full hookups. And then I signed up for boondocking because that's where the buggy people go. But there wasn't very many
buggy people. We don't want them near us.
I'm like, okay, well, that's where I registered.
Now, wait a minute. Were you separated by 4-wheel steer and drag axle buggies?
No, it was just buggy people. It wasn't separated that much. So I just slept Thursday night. Friday morning, get up at like 6 a.m., fixing breakfast, make my coffee. I'm like looking at the lay of the land here. We got light now. And I'm texting with Kimberly Plake, and she goes, "We're up the hill. Come up and get here." And I'm like, "We're going out and wheeling." And I'm like, "Okay." So I go, I got to go register and get my armband and everything because paid for the event. I wanted to participate in the event.
Right.
So went over to registration. Super nice. "Oh, welcome. Blah, blah, blah." I'm like, this is cool. Very good event. I get the armband. The guy goes, "Hey, we just finished safety check, but I'll come over to your rig." So he came over and was looking at the buggy. And he's like, "Wait, the engine's in the back. Wait, axles are upside down." I'm like, yeah, it's kind of a mind fuck. So he's geeking out on the buggy. And I passed. What was funny is you're going through tech and they're like, minimum like 1/32 inch of tire tread, and I'm like, well, these are fucking ballet slippers right now. They're fucking
right.
My tires are worn. He goes, "Oh, you'll be fine. You these are actually perfect for out here." And I go, "Really? I'm expecting desert stuff." He goes, "Oh no, have you been to Sand Hollow?" And I go, "Yeah." He goes, "Oh no, it's like Sand Hollow out here. There's some wicked shit." And I go, "Oh boy." And I should have, with that comment, I should have put water in my tires because I took it out for Rubicon and Barrett. And I should have put water in my tires. I didn't. I load the buggy back up. I head up the hill, meet up with the camp, which is right at the trailhead, with the Plakes, Rich Klein from Trail Hero, Jeff Rubico, Carnage Welder. I mean, all these big time fucking 4-steer buggy guys. And the Plakes and I were the only two people with drag axle. And I go, oh boy, I'm in the big pond now. And so, right? Get there, get set up, unload the buggy. Okay, ready to go. We head out, and it gets western in a hurry. The first trail we go on, I go, oh fuck, I wish I had water in the front tire. My front end starts getting light. I know that feeling. Been there. I know my buggy. I've driven it for 6 years. You blindfold me, I know the freaking terrain we're on. And made it up the shit. Long story short, we had a blast that day, but I was on edge because I didn't have water in my front tires. I put my buggy back in the trailer, took the jacks back up on the trailer and headed back down to the fairgrounds, which is about 3-4 miles away. It wasn't that far, 10-15 minutes. Unloaded the buggy, put water in the tires at the fairground because I'm like, no, homie, don't play that. We're done with
homie, don't play that.
Shit, you remember that?
In living color.
Living color, nice. Yeah, half of our listeners are going, what? Look it up. In living color. Go on to YouTube, look up In Living Color.
The
Homie, don't play that. The Waynes, they were fucking awesome. It was Saturday Night Live on High. If you don't know that, go look it up. Anyways,
homie, don't play that. Homie the clown.
Homie, don't play that. So I filled up with water, reset camp back up, and I'm so glad I did because Saturday got really freaking Western. We went out on some trail. It's not a huge place. Like they say, oh, you can run everything in a couple days. And it's true. But there is some cool canyons, some cool stuff there I didn't expect. And we had a great time. We got into a canyon on the end of the day. We're driving past through a campsite to get to this canyon. Jeff Rubico's leading. And these people are like camped at this trailhead, but it's the desert. It's like, yeah, it's a trailhead, but yeah, it's a campsite, whatever. And I felt bad driving through, and we're like waving like, hey, sorry for driving through your campsite, but we're going to this crazy trail.
Is it true what they say about the way you people are gifted?
Exactly. So,
oh, it's true.
Oh, it's true. It's true.
It's true.
So we get they're like calling their kids off the hillside and everything. I'm like, oh my God, this is terrible. But we drove right through. And then people followed us because they're like, are they going up that canyon? And I'm like, where the hell are we going right now? And it got Western in a hurry. Super cool rock climb on sandstone, but it was like loose sandstone. So it was moving a little bit. I was like 5th in the group out of like 7. And we go up, and then there was like this crazy climb, and I'm like, "Oh, we're locked in now." I mean, what's ahead? I'm like worried because I got no 4-steer buggy. Glenn doesn't have and Kimberly don't have the 4-steer buggy.
Who's driving, Kimberly or Glenn?
So Glenn drove both days, Friday and Saturday, which was surreal because Kimberly's always driving, and she's a badass driver.
That's what I always thought.
Was super calculated. Like he didn't want to hurt the buggies. Got a huge mechanical sympathy because he works on this thing. But he was fun to follow, and he did some cool shit too, climbing some walls. But anyways, one of Rich's right hand guys during Trail Hero, he's known as Uncle Buck, and he's got this 4-steer Jeep buggy, and it's kind of new to him. But he got up the rocky section. Then there was this wall, and whatever reason, it was taking people time to get up this rocky section. We're kind of hanging out, and I'm like looking at my phone going, we got like 45 minutes of daylight left, and then it's going to become a night run. I just knew it was going to become a night run. And
thank God you have lights.
Yeah, well, we all got lights and stuff, but Uncle Buck gets up to this wall that we climbed up, and he couldn't make it. He tried like 4 times, and I'm like, shit, he's so close. Just couldn't get the traction on this rock. Mm-hmm. And so they're coaching him, and they're like, okay, and classic, it's just like the stair steps at Hollister. You tell people, okay, you got to get your momentum going early. It's not speed, it's momentum, and you got to hit that throttle at the right spot. And until you get the hang of it, people are hitting the throttle late, right? Like, oh, you're 2 seconds off. Okay, hit the throttle a couple seconds earlier.
Really?
So we're telling him that, like, you got to hit it a little bit harder. Hit it with your purse. Well, unfortunately, he hit it hard. And it pogo sticked off, and it was one of the most beautiful rollovers I've ever seen.
Beautiful rollover.
I'm telling you, Chris, I mean, I've seen a lot of rollovers over the day. I've been in rollovers, but the Jeep just pogo sticked off this rock and stood straight up, like it's going to stay there. It was like slow motion. It like stood up on end, and then all of a sudden it just fell over on the passenger side, and then boom, dropped down on the passenger side. Luckily, it was all sand except for one little rock that the front grill and hood caught. Boom, down. And we're like, oh shit, Josh, are you okay? He's like, yeah, I'm good. And so we ran down, and, bunch of people on the scene, a very, very experienced people there. Rich is there that's, done numerous recoveries and stuff, and people. And so we're like, hey, first thing, are you okay? Yeah, I'm okay. So we get him out of the rig. He's bleeding. And we're
shit.
We're like, oh shit. And of course it's on the side of the head, but it was his ear. And I go, okay, it's just your ear. And so I found he had some blue shop towels in his rig and a water bottle that fell on the ground. So I dumped some water onto a blue shop towel, gave it to him, said, here, wipe off your side of your head. Let's see where this thing's bleeding. And it was his ear. The ear and nose and stuff bleeds profusely, right? When you just scratch it.
Oh, any head injuries.
Well, that's it. So that's what we were making sure. And then, he was conscious. He was fine. And he had a little bit of a goose egg from hitting the cage, but he was fine. So, okay, fine. Okay, now the next thing, is the vehicle going to start on fire because it was dripping
we don't want that.
Transmission fluid pretty bad. No, it's fine. We had fire extinguishers there. A couple guys were behind us that were following us, and they had a winch and got him hooked up, got the Jeep winch back over, and we're like, okay, now let's throw some transmission fluid in it because we know we lost at least a quart or two. And we're like, okay, should we pull spark plugs or not? Let's give it a little bump without the ignition hooked up. So we disconnected the distributor so it wouldn't fire.
Right.
Gave it a crank, just a quick and nope, it had no resistance. Okay, hit it again. And we're like, oh no, we're good. Hit it, and it's like, okay, we're not hydro locked. And
good.
So hooked the distributor back up, fired right off. Of course, a little smoke show. He was able to drive. Well, somebody else drove it back down.
Was he concussed?
Drove it back down. Huh?
Was he concussed?
No, he was fine. He wasn't concussed. He was hurting a little bit, but he wasn't concussed.
That's good.
Drove down. He's like, I don't want to drive down right now. So Apollo hopped in and drove it back down, and they got back to camp. We continued on this trail. It had a couple fun drop-offs and some funky shit. And then we look out over on the horizon. There's a huge, smoke cloud going up, black smoke. And we're like, oh, shit, that's not white smoke from a vehicle rolling over and restarting. It's almost dusk. I mean, it is dusk. I shouldn't say it's almost dusk. It's getting dark.
Well, it's the Nevada desert. It could have been a mushroom cloud.
Well, that's true, too. You're right.
Just saying. Area 51 or whatever.
Oh, yeah. We did see aliens, but that's another podcast. But anyways, so there was smoke coming up. And so I was like 3-4 vehicles back. So Rubico was out front, and he goes, hey, I'm going to take off and see if I can help them. So he took off. Next vehicle took off. I'm waiting for the cameraman. There was a Mad Labs there, Graham, and his girlfriend. Can't think of her name at this point. Super cool. He got the rollover on film.
Good.
Video, whatever you say nowadays. And I told
tape.
Josh.
Got it on tape.
Recorded it. I go, Josh, not only was that a beautiful rollover and you didn't die and your Jeep got minimal damage, but you got it on a professional fucking camera. I go, that's a trifecta right there. And you got your first rollover out of the way. So anyways, that will come out. I'll put a link out when it comes out on this film that we did. But
good.
Anyways, so head out, and I'm like, by the time Graham got in my rig with his video equipment, I'm like, this thing's gone, whatever it is that's on fire. And it ended up being a Polaris golf cart, older one that caught on fire. I think it was like a
golf
15,
carts.
Yeah, 15, 16, which are known for lighting on fire. Who knows all the details? I didn't get it. I was getting second, third hand.
Nobody died though, right?
Nobody died. Graham ran out with his camera and got like within 5 feet of this thing taking video. He got some killer video. These side-by-sides are coming around spraying sand on it, trying to put out the fire.
like they see the videos of the boats trying to put out.
Yeah, exactly. Same shit with the hydro boats, trying to put out another boat on fire.
Yeah.
So he got some killer video. So I took him back to his Gladiator that they got, and then we got back to camp and hung out. But great event. We go down. So that was Saturday night. We got back a little late. The program started at 5:00 down at the fairgrounds, which was like 15 minutes away from us. And we got down there a little later and got killer barbecue dinner.
So good chow.
Oh my God. Brisket, really good brisket. Not like
Love
just
brisket.
shit brisket. Good. That's how I measure a barbecue. Is your brisket good? Because that takes talent. Brisket was great. Pulled pork, chopped chicken, cream corn, vegetable medley. Yeah. They had the buns to make your own pulled pork sandwich. They had a bar, a barbecue sauce bar with jalapenos and onions and all these different varieties of, from mild to wild barbecue sauce. Killer fucking. The only thing they were missing was garlic bread. They had an ice cream bar. And your ice cream. 140 raffle prizes. And the raffle was great because they had 5-gallon buckets in front of the raffle prizes that you could put your ticket in. So if you wanted to stuff a bucket with whatever prize you wanted, you could, right? Instead of winning some axles for a Dana 44 or something that you didn't have. Dude, prizes were legit. There was 2 Traeger like barbecue setups. Carnage Welder had 3 welders out there. Axles, U-joints, Yukon shit. I mean, you name it. Some really good high quality stuff out there.
ARB, anything like that?
Oh yeah, just some killer stuff. 140 fucking prizes. 43rd year. Hats off to the Vegas Valley Four Wheelers for putting on a top-notch event. Again, it was comparable to like a CR Trek that we would experience here in Northern California. So if you haven't heard of it, go check it out. Vegas Valley Four Wheelers Hump and Bump. Go sign up next year. You will not be disappointed. They have people that have never been four-wheeling before out on trails. They do that all the way up to this extreme shit that we were doing. So
mild to wild
for everybody. Something for everybody. And like I say, the dinner and raffle is worth it alone if you just go out there and camp and go to that. So,
did you win anything in the raffle?
I did not.
What? 140.
I got some cool stickers. Met a lot of people. I met a neighbor that lives like 2 streets over from me. They were sitting right across from me, and we started talking. And somebody's like, "Oh, where are you from?" I'm old Minden, and this lady chimes in, "Oh, I'm from Minden." And I go, "Whereabouts?" And she goes, "Johnson Lane." And I go, "Well, yeah, I'm right off of Stephanie." And she goes, "Oh," and then we compared notes, and we're like literally like 2-3 blocks over. So shout out. I think her name was Denise. Shout out to Denise if you're listening. So yeah,
she lives on Johnson Lane.
But yeah, great.
That's cool
stuff. Super cool event. I really enjoyed camping out at SEMA and then getting to do the Logandale Hump and Bump Vegas Valley Four Wheelers event. So yeah, that was my trip there.
And then you drove home and you had some adventure there.
Oh, the adventure home. Unfortunately, there was a head-on collision on 95. It took me 2 days to get home. Literally, I got stuck in that. I got tired. I go, I'm not driving anymore. I stayed at a campground / RV park area that ended up being super cool. Met a guy that listens to our podcast because I had the trailer with the, my camper.
The big stickers.
Wine whiskey logo, and then the trailer has the logo. And so I got up the next morning, had my coffee, and I was kind of like unhooking the power and getting ready to go. And he goes, you part of the Wheeling Wine and Whiskey podcast? And I go, yeah, I'm Jason. And he goes, no shit, I've been listening to you guys for 3 years and everything. I'm like, that's cool. So
set him up with some swag stickers.
I did. I gave him a couple of magnetic koozies and stickers.
Nice.
And I go, thanks for listening. And it's just cool to be recognized, right? And
sure.
After a great trip and dealing with the traffic getting home, and then, but whatever. I feel bad for the accident there. That was pretty fucking severe. I won't go into the details, but people died.
Oh shit.
So I'm like, things aren't all bad. It took me an extra day to get home. Big fucking deal.
Right. I like you got to go to work.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. So then I got home and I was like, okay, here we are back home. Everything
in a house I can't get into.
Oh, so you're gonna bring that back up? So,
I'm not letting that go. I laughed.
So I had a key issue this whole fucking trip. I forgot my keys to the trailer. So I had to cut the lock off. I get home and it's fucking It was windy as fuck getting home. I mean,
that's what you said. It was like
my truck handled very well in the wind, and we've experienced some serious wind. You and I coming out of King of the Hammers.
Oh yeah,
and you got the wheel at like quarter turn, into the wind, right?
You told me you were looking in your rearview mirror that one time we were driving out of Lucerne, and you thought my truck was going to topple over.
It was insane. It was insane, and there was these rogue gusts coming home. That just you had your constant wind pushing on one side or the other, but then a rogue gust would come out and just like almost rip the steering wheel out of your hand. I was like, fuck. Anyway, so I'm fighting that. I get home. I'm like, shoo, home. It's cold. A storm's coming in.
And you're
Snow's
exhausted.
on the mountains. I can see it snowing on the mountains. Shit's happening in the Sierras. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to get in the house. I'm going to fire up the heater and get things going again. And I've got a nice Schlag. Keypad. Doot. Get into the house. I go to press my first number, and it's like boop boop boop. Red light, no entry. Fucking battery dead. I go, what the fuck? Hit it again. Boop boop boop. And I'm like, oh fuck. And I'm like, okay, I didn't.
Denied.
Yeah, denied. And I'm like, well, my house is locked down. I got no way of getting in. I got no key. I go, wait a minute. I got a key in the truck on my mailbox keychain. Go to get it. Oh, no, that's in the other truck. I'm like, son of a bitch. Are you kidding me? Okay. It's Memorial Day, Monday.
No,
it's probably going to cost a lot of money.
Veterans Day.
Or Veterans Day, sorry. I don't know.
It's not May, bro.
May. Veterans Day is in September.
Or November.
Or November. Anyways, so I go, fuck. This is going to cost some money, significant coin to get a locksmith out here to get into my house. I'm like, oh, well, I got some small windows I could break and then fucking dive in. No. Okay, wait a minute. Where is my mailbox keychain? Oh, it's in my other truck. I look, and sure as shit, there it is, sitting in the center console of the other truck. I go, there's my house key. And so I go, okay, well, it's going to be cheaper to have a locksmith come out to break into the truck than it is to into the house.
Right.
Go, okay. You know what? Let me see if I got a coat hanger. So I look at my camper, and sure as shit, I had one good heavy-duty metal coat hanger.
Oh, good for you.
And I go, And it's cold, it's windy, it's fucking raining, damn near snowing sideways. I'm like, all right, I take this coat hanger, straighten it out. I go out to the truck. And I get a screwdriver and I'm like prying the door open to get the coat hanger in, do all that bullshit, right? And I'm like, okay, I get the coat hanger hook around the door handle, lift up on it, and it fucking straightens out. I go,
oh, that's must be a coat hanger made by Ford.
Well, no, Ford has a good fucking door handle. It's not like if it was a Dodge, it would have probably broke the door handle off. But anyway,
right, for sure.
So I go, oh fuck, okay, I got to make a loop and take the coat hanger and wrap the wire around itself so it won't straighten out, right? So it's strong. So I go back in and I'm fighting this fucking thing. I'm like, okay. Oh, got it around the door handle. So I got it around the door handle, moved it, positioned it enough, and I'm like, all right, we got one shot. And I fucking yanked up on that motherfucker, and the door opened. I'm like, woo!
Winning.
I'm like, I just broke into a truck. I never broke into a truck before. So I grabbed the keychain. And I go, oh, yeah, this is the key. And I was able to go to the door, unlock the door. I'm like, thank fucking Lord that I had that. Normally it's in my main truck, but I had it, to get mail before I left, I guess, in the other truck. So anyways, I was able to get back in my house and turn on the heater and get warmed up and unpack and all that shit. Yeah, so it was one of those trial by fire events that I not only forgot the keys to the enclosed trailer, but I forgot the keys to the house, apparently.
So what's the moral to this story, listeners? Checklists.
Well, and I do, but this trip I didn't, and it bit me in the ass a little bit. I had to suffer a little bit, but you know what?
Well, you would have suffered so much that you'd have to sleep in your camper overnight.
Well, that was the thing. I was sitting there going like, well, fuck it. I got camper, I got heat, I got power, I got everything. I can stay in my camper another night. I got food. I'm fine. Nobody's dying tonight.
Nobody's dying, and you had bourbon, so it's all good.
But did you die? My bourbon supply was low too. I didn't bring a lot of bourbon.
Oh shit. Well, it wasn't like you were going out of the middle of nowhere. You could have just gone to a liquor store.
Well, that's true. But
that's true.
Anyways, overall, great event. Glad I went. Glad Lorenzo got to see some of his brethren out there in Beatty, Nevada. Got to talk to some great people, great contacts out at SEMA, as always. Got to go four-wheeling at an awesome event, Hump and Bump. Check it out. Highly recommend it.
Cool.
Next year, the in November next year, and nobody died. There was serious fucking four-wheeling. It was fun to hang out with Rich Klein, not Trail Hero, right? Like, I've talked to him, and I know he's busy. And, hey, how you doing, Rich? Okay, great. But he let his hair down. He had fun. We're sitting around the campfire bullshitting. Glenn Blake, Kimberly, all these people, Apollo that I met, the Carnage Welder guys sitting around their campfire. I love this shit. That's what I live for. Is just, I love four-wheeling, but I love sitting around the campfire more, bullshitting with people and getting to know people.
Well, again, it's the networking, right?
It's the networking.
That's the thing. So,
but camaraderie. It's the camaraderie, right. Chris. Just like-minded people out doing some cool fucking shit.
Rich Klein letting his hair down. I bet it's the same deal if we got Dave Cole. Post King of the Hammers, when he's just relaxed and not stressing about the day-to-day events.
Exactly.
So that's super cool.
It was good to get to know him more on a personable level. And great people in the off-road industry again.
There you go.
Never ceases to amaze me. So that's that.
SEMA 2024.
We got voicemails. We gotta get these voicemails.
Oh, we gotta do that? Okay,
we're gonna do that real quick.
We're going long.
I know.
All right, let's do it. We teased. If you've hung out long enough,
teased it. I wanted to go early, and you teased it. So
this is your reward, listeners, for staying with us.
Here you go. You ready?
Hey there, Jason, Chris, and all the people listening to the podcast world. This is Cody Albino Sand Squirrel calling in again by popular demand, brother. I've been meaning to call in, but I've been real busy. I've been busy. I got a trap house dog here in my current 20. That's her term for where my current location's at. Is I'm down near Galveston, Texas.
Oh.
I don't want to four-wheel, but what we're doing.
Oh, he's breaking up.
I heard the last podcast. Oh, damn, road's beating the crap out of me here. Hold on a second. Last podcast, Wreck-It, whatever that guy's name is, I forget. I'm terrible with names. Sorry. Wants to do some. Let's do it, man. I'm doing it, man. I'm campaigning for president 2028, man. Let's go. Full bore. Follow us the law, Hoss. Hell yeah, brother. We're gonna do it. We're gonna from the sand dunes of California to the mud box of Florida, from the mud box of Florida all the way up to the forest of Idaho, down to the rock crawling stuff of Moab, Utah, brother. We're gonna make wheeling great again, and we're gonna make America great again, brother. Hell yeah, Hoss. But yeah, man, gonna be doing some wheeling here soon, some overland, or not even overland, just off-road camping, as I call it. Gonna take the old stock piece of crap Z-Jag out do some wheeling with some buddies. If I have cell signal while I'm doing it, I'm gonna call you guys and leave a voicemail and make you laugh some more, hopefully. I'm gonna show all these damn yuppies with the rooftop tents what's up too, man. They don't need all that stuff to go wheeling.
No, they don't.
There's more shit I'm trying to think of, but I cannot think of it for some reason. If I do, I will leave a second voicemail. And if I don't, well, there you go. But y'all take it easy. And I can't wait to hear you guys laugh your asses off, hopefully, to this your voicemail whenever you get it the next podcast. Peace out.
Peace out.
Oh shit.
That's great.
We gotta get him the albino sand squirrel.
That's
Cody,
fucking.
we got to get you on for just an episode. I think we could riff. We could riff for a couple hours and have fucking blast. He's got
Galveston. I've been to Galveston, Texas.
Yeah, you've been to Galveston? I haven't been to Galveston.
Oh yeah,
I've been to Texas.
It's close to Houston.
Yeah.
I had a friend that lived in Houston when in high school. I flew down there to hang out with him and his family, and during just after Christmas, and we went down to Galveston. Man, they got great food in Galveston.
Oh man. Texas is good. I like their food in Texas. I like the people of Texas.
Hell yeah, very friendly.
So okay, Cody, thanks for calling in. Definitely call back. You got a little broken up there at the beginning. There's some
bad cell signal.
Must have been in your Dodge or something with some bad cell service.
Man, you're really going after the Dodges.
I know. I'm getting a lot of Dodge tickets.
That's all right. Most Dodges are seen pulling forwards, but just so you know.
All right. Let's see who this next caller is. I love it. Okay, here we go. Next caller?
They say 6 in a row ready to tow.
Yes, something like that.
Hey, how you guys doing, Chris and Jason?
Oh,
so,
Rosa.
I don't have anything to talk about wheeling wine or whiskey, but I do want to share my nearly daily experience driving around an electric transit for my company.
What?
Not my company, the company I work for. They're pretty global with like 50,000 employees or something.
Shit.
Ridiculous. We're all just numbers. Anywho, it's a 2024 Ford E-Transit.
There you go,
and
Ford.
I signed up for it initially because I thought, what the hell? I mean, I wouldn't pay my own money to get one of these, but if I'm going to use somebody else's money to be a beta tester for the electric van and go green policy that we're trying to push, then what the hell? If anything else, I'm getting a lot of overtime sitting at charge stations. It's a 123-mile range.
What?
It's 68 kilowatts of battery. That relative to a Tesla is like, a Tesla has between 60 and 100 kilowatts of battery. This thing goes at most 140 miles on a charge. And
that's bullshit.
It's ridiculous. I've actually done the math where the difference between the gas, which I was getting 20 miles per gallon on the gas transit at $4 a gallon, I get 20 cents per mile.
Okay.
So every mile costs me 20 cents. Cost them 20 cents. With California, we're part of PG&E, So we're paying crazy high, 46 cents a kilowatt. And this thing it doesn't really matter, but long story short, it's 20 cents per mile for gas and 25 cents per mile for electricity.
Oh, shit.
Couple things, it's just really inefficient. The big old brick you're trying to drive through. And California, with the communist PG&E, gets to charge whatever they want. They're actually, outside of Hawaii, they are the highest electrical expense in all of the United States. So
wow.
That's all sorts of fun. The positive side is it goes fast without noise. I can punch it, and it gets that nice sticky in the back of the feet.
But that's so fun.
Feet feel without getting looky-loos staring at me and writing down my 1-800-FIRE-ME number. So that's kind of nice.
So I got that going for me.
Sitting at charge stations for up to an hour at a time, trying to get home at the end of the day. One good thing about it, though, is I get paid by the hour. So I figure probably $6,000 to $7,000 extra this year just sitting at charge stations on golden time.
Oh, my God.
I don't know who's making these decisions, but I hope they got a big benefit from it. Anyway, that's all for me today. Toyota sucks.
Perfect. Even though he's got Toyota axles, but it's cheap. I love it. Tommy, that's good stuff, man. Isn't it? It's hypocritical, this whole fucking California thing. Let's clean air, blah, blah, blah. And look, he broke it down for us. It's costing, it's costing not only in like physical fuel, right? Like he's comparing it to gas per gallon, price per gallon, price per kilowatt. So it's costing more in charge time. It's
wasted time.
It's costing the company time, his time, paying him to wait to charge this fucking thing.
And then the anxiety, the range anxiety.
Anxiety. There is this. It's not there yet, people. Come on, people.
Well, I mean, in the higher end cars, it is. I mean, you look at like the Lucid, they can go like, I think the top end Lucid can go 500 miles, but that's $150,000 car, which is obviously not for the normal person.
For most people.
So, but I mean, yeah, the magic number for an EV is, less than 30 grand and you can go 300 miles, and that hasn't happened yet.
So it's classic California just putting the clamp down on this whole thing, and we got to go electric. And obviously that's a real world testimony from Tom saying,
right,
this doesn't work. Nope. And Tom would be on board, knowing Tom, if this thing was great and efficient and all that, he'd be on board with it, but this is real world shit. And do I dare bring up the whole RV thing that just came out in California?
Let's save that for another episode.
Okay, all right.
That's a whole nother can of worms.
It really is. It really is.
We're running long, so
I know. All right.
Number 3.
Tom. Thanks for bringing that in. Let's bring on one more.
Woohoo!
Let's see what this one is.
Hey, Jason. Hey, Chris. Anyway, no, I did not bring charge or ask for donations at Sierra Trek. But I might be doing that at, anyway. Hopefully to see you guys all at Hammers this year.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to, the web link is going to be up and running, and hopefully everybody's going to have a good time. Just had the Jeep checked out, and it should survive Hammers. Not guaranteed. There's a few things that are starting to break. Anyway, this is Wayne, by the way.
Yeah.
And with IUD mesh.
Oh, the IUD
so
mesh.
If anybody's out there and at Hammers this year with IU that need internet access, come on over and we can get you hooked up for internet access. That's all. Wait a minute. Yeah, Toyota suck. And Jason has promised everybody that if they want portals, they can, get a discount code from Jason and get 50% off. And and he's picking up the rest of the tab because he's got deep pockets. That's
wow.
From Chris anyway.
Wow.
That's what Chris said.
That's what Chris said.
Thanks, Chris, for the heads up. And I tried to order portals, but they haven't given me a call back yet. Anyway, Jason, thank you very much.
You're
and
welcome.
Hopefully I'm going to get those
Wayne.
portals put on my Jeep before Hammers. And see you guys out there. Have a good day.
I think Wayne's hitting the bottle a little hard there.
I think we got Wayne late night. What time did he call in? Let's see. Oh, it was 4:00 in the afternoon. Maybe
he's retired. You know, he can hit the bottle whenever he wants.
Hitting it early.
Just like you, retired, you know.
I never offered up half price portals, but Portal Pros are making some fucking badass milestones here, and we are supporting them and love to see some competition for 74 Weld.
Right.
And I heard some info, not to spread bad fucking shit, but 74 Weld dropped the ball on one of our fellow listeners, racers, and I'm very disappointed that
really
they did not come through. Yeah, it's bullshit because obviously Lauren and Von Gittin got their fucking portals done.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not happy with 74 Weld, so I will throw some shade on them. But Portal Pros, give them a fucking run for their money. I love your enthusiasm. These kids are fucking going after it. They're making it happen. They put the test on, and they're continue testing. So, Wayne, we do know some people, and maybe we can get you a little discount. $5, $10 or whatever on some portals, and make it happen.
Don't make any promises you can't keep.
But we got to give Wayne a shout out for the IUD mesh.
Absolutely.
He stresses out the Starlink and makes it happen and provides internet service to us commoners. So anyways, great. Thanks for calling in, Wayno. And looking forward to hopefully I'll be there at Hammers.
KOH 2025. I don't have the countdown timer up here.
2025. Yeah,
that's crazy. I don't have the countdown timer on my screen, but it's not that far
close.
away.
It's close. It's super close. We're coming up on Thanksgiving, Christmas, and then it's KOH time. So a lot of people are going to be on the desert floor, shock tuning, testing their rigs. Thanksgiving week. That's
right.
Tradition for a lot of racers out there.
Yep.
And then KOH is right around the corner. So we got
to get through Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's of course. And listeners, look forward to our annual gift guide that's coming up.
Oh, the
soon.
gift guide coming up. Yes, Black Friday's coming up.
Holy smokes! I can't.
This is crazy.
It's like the years are just flying by.
This
holy moly!
Absolute fucking blur.
I got my Christmas lights up on the house. This is the first night they're lit. And
you got Christmas lights lit tonight before Thanksgiving?
Yep.
Oh, shit. You know what? You know what that is a sign of? And I've seen a lot here in the Valley. Old people are excited. Our economy has changed.
Yeah.
Things are looking up. Things are looking up.
I'm excited. Okay. Well, Christmas lights make me happy, and I need
it does make people happy. Absolutely. It's great. But I'm telling you, I'm so glad of election results. Moving forward, what do we got, Chris? How do they get a hold of us? Let's put a fucking bow on this thing.
Well, they can always get a hold of us by calling 1-800-BLOW-ME.
Whoa! That was D's Nuts? 1-800-D's-Nuts?
No, 408-800-5169. That's our number to the voicemail. You can leave a message, and most likely, more than likely, almost positively, it's going to get played on the air.
They do. They get played.
So that's 408-800-5169, and you leave a message, or you can leave an email. Chris at wheelingwineandwhiskey.com or Jason at wheelingwineandwhiskey.com, which is a great way to communicate with us. You can also go to the IG at Wheeling Wine Whiskey, and that's an awesome way to interact with Jason. He's the one that controls that account. So
Yep.
he does share the interactions with me after the fact, but it's cool. And then never, ever, ever forget the wheelingwinewhiskey.com website where you can see all of our past episodes and, of course, links to our merch. And I'm going to stress this right now. The merch
here we go.
it's live. It's still happening. And the holidays are coming up. So it's a perfect time to get your order in early so that you can have gifts for your loved ones under the Christmas tree for Christmas Day, which is not that far away. So you want to have a hoodie, you want to have a shirt, you want to have a hat, you want to have a koozie. Go to wheelingwinewhiskey.com, click on the merch link, and you can order your stuff.
I like it. Nice.
Did I miss anything?
Nope, you didn't. That was very thorough.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, the great.
A little rusty. It's been 2 weeks.
I love you at Christmas time, like a Wheeling Wine and Whiskey shirt or hoodie. Just saying.
That's right.
But good shit. Thanks for all the support. Thank you for listening. Truly appreciate it. It's great talking with our listeners out in the wild, out on the trails.
Yep.
And I love it. I freaking love it, Chris. Great episode. Thank you.
Sir.
It's huge. Great.
Huge.
We're going to have President Trump coming in here soon too, calling in. I got an in with him.
Oh, do you?
Call back. But with that,
we're out.
Welcome to the Wheeling Wine and Whiskey podcast. And we're out.
All right. Where's that clapper?
Shit.
Holy shit. Take 2.
Okay, here we go.
All right. Ready?
Yeah. Welcome to the Wheeling Wine and Whiskey podcast, episode 2. Why are you laughing? Come on now. We got this. It's episode 284. Chris, how you doing?
Oh, shit.
Welcome to the podcast.
Oh, fuck.
Chris got some laughing gas. What's going on over there?
I don't know. We're going to have a rough night tonight, it sounds like.
Jesus.
I need a laugh.
There you go.
All right,
Good.
let's try this again.
Okay. Maybe you should air this. Maybe you should just do the take 1, take 2, take 3.
I might. Who knows?